So, hello everyone, I'm Manuela, and I'm from WAGGGS. WAGGGS stands for the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, right? We have about 10.8 million members. We are in 153 countries. Uh, our main focus in gender equality through non-formal education. So we are an educational movement, and we use education to provide a safe, inclusive, brave space using our approach to education so the girls can grow and be whoever they are, and that the world can recognize them and value them, right? We work, we are membership based, so we work with our member organizations and girls are their members, right? So when I say we have 10.8 million members, our platform do not tailor to those million of people, but to the 153 organizations in different countries, right? Now, today what I'll share is a bit of the story of how WAGGGS went from having kind of digital archipelago, like many tools, very disconnected or somehow connected, depending on the team, to a sort of Frankenstock, which is where we are now. So all of these tools patched together one way or another, so we can try to do what we want to do, and how our open social platform, which is called Campfire, helped with that. And then how we are now working toward very intentionally having a cohesive digital ecosystem, right? So I cannot say how to do it because we are just heading in that direction. And in doing that, the idea is really to explore interconnection in between digital change and how the organization in a whole is set up, right? So which are the departments that drives this change? How does it affect the change, right? So here we go, like you can see my attempt to work with the AI for graphics. You have that digital archipelago there. Notion, Virtuous, WhatsApp, Genially, and Canva, Slack, Basecamp, Microsoft 365, and you can go on. I think I tried to remember some, and the list was much longer than this, right? I remember this event we did in 2019. It's our Judith Law seminar, a leadership development program, 500 girls, 18 hubs at the same time, 150 volunteers delivering that. So you need a lot of tools to manage the project with volunteers that deliver in behalf of the organization. And I think we were asking them to use about 6 different digital tools to our volunteers that also have a life other than volunteering. And they did an excellent job. And in the evaluation that they told us, maybe next time 2 tools is enough, right? That's fair enough. So that was 2019, and we started with Open Social, I think beginning of 21. So it's now 4 year and a half. And you can see right in the other drawing, like the Frankenstock, that we do have Campfire, so our open social platform there. So our mission for Campfire is, first of all, to provide a platform to our member organizations, so to the leadership of those member organizations, to strengthen each other's capacity, to do peer-to-peer learning, to feel part of this global family that is guiding, right? So that's very important, and to keep developing and innovating together. But it's really for them to connect and for us to facilitate and provide a platform. Then, as I mentioned, we work with volunteers, and a piece of feedback that I always have with new members of staff that come in, even though there are guides, they're like, volunteers do a lot of stuff in WAGGGS. Like they do a lot. They do a lot. They do translation, interpretation, learning design. They deliver 1-week events in behalf of WAGGGS in countries they might not have ever visited before, right? So they do a lot. So we wanted a platform to make sure that they are enabled to do what they commit to do. We do the all onboarding of our volunteers with the platform, GDPR, sign off, data, image consent, safeguarding training, code of conduct training, all of that is managed with our open social platform. And we have a job board, so they apply to volunteering opportunities and so on and so forth. So we wanted the platform to do that. And then we wanted a platform to support blended learning for specific global programs, right? Like the Director seminar I was talking about before, with a few hundreds people directly taking part into that. And Open Social does a lot of what we need for that to happen. At the same time, we do need to do a patchwork with other tools, right? So we use something called Genially. Genially is a sort of graphic design tool, but you can also create very, very interactive content. And we use it together with courses on our Campfire, right? So that people can click through, have quiz card, Wheel of Fortune kind of things, build your own story. So it's very interactive, and automatic translations that we have on the platform was also quite well with that, which means that our members from Malaysia that don't speak maybe Arabic, English, Spanish, or French, which are our languages, they can still use that machine translation. We clearly use Google Analytics a lot. And the way we use it, then it builds on an Excel file that then goes in a dashboard on SharePoint, right? So that's, again, quite a few steps so that we can visually monitor how it's going. But, a lot of Excel. Safeguarding is extremely important. We are a woman organization. So in terms of logged in users, we have we check anyone manually. So there is a person that looks at Excel file list and check that whoever wants to come actually is legitimate. That's very important for us, right? But that's a few more things. And then Power Automate. And we use that in a couple of different ways. One that excites me a lot is with the web forms, you can upload files, right? In a web form. Then, through emailing the form to Outlook and using Power Automate, what it does is set up a series of folders that are already named by the country, for example, that filled the form. And so in my back end, manually I have to do nothing. I have all, beautifully filed. But then again, it's web forms on Open Social that goes to Outlook, that goes to the folders, like many steps. And another way that's quite interesting, our member organization want us to deliver learning to the members, but because of safeguarding, I was mentioning before, it's very tricky to have under 18, under 16. At the moment, we are not ready, and it's also out of scope considering what the purpose of Campfire. So we have learning that is in a public space, that is interactive. We use books and Genially, and at the end of it, thanks to Power Automate, people can download a certificate, which in guiding culture is very important. that piece of paper that is a symbol. So I think, and I could go on with few other things and how we integrate all of those with Campfire, being very aware that integration is not the right word because it's more of a patchwork, right? Now, a bit of the story. We started in 2021 and we placed Campfire in what was called at the time the core mission team. And now it's called the Learning and Leadership Development Team. The function hasn't really changed, we just have a more understandable name. But why? Think about what is Campfire for. Campfire is for our members' organization to connect. We have a membership department that is in charge of that. Campfire is for volunteers. Volunteers sits in core mission. And Campfire is for blended learning in global initiatives. And the majority of our global initiatives in terms of quantity sits in the global program team. So again, something else. And the logical way Campfire sits in core mission is also because it's a guiding platform and we want users to feel they're having the girl guiding and girl scouting experience, right? The other reasons why is that this team is in charge of innovation and thought leadership in WAGGGS, which means that people working on innovation are much more used to fail and try again and to deal with the uncertainty that comes in when you work with any new platform, right? And also in building relationships with other teams to then deploy that innovation. So we had a lot of innovators in the team and a lot of early adopters, right? Basically, the point was to make this work, even though maybe it should sit in IT, like we had an IT department at the time, then we lost. And now we're gaining again, which is good. But there was a bit of, it's a tech tool. Why is not IT that manages that? And the point is, we are not very small, we are not very big either as an organization. I think we are about 120 employees around the globe right now. But there is something around who are the people that will embrace it? Where are the projects that can actually pilot it, have success stories, share those success stories, work with other people from other departments, right, to get on board, have them sharing their success stories, and then go up to that to the curve, right? And the thinking here is really how where the platform sits affects perception. Because the downside of it is that for other departments, it might have been a bit more difficult to see that the platform was for them, right? It's always been for them too. In terms of content, someone has talked about content for the users. You need all of, you need everyone working on program and on membership, creating content and supporting our members to create the content, right? But yeah, there is something around perception that was like, okay, maybe I'm not thinking about Campfire at the right moment, right? And at the same time, you need the headspace to learn. And so that worked quite well for us. I will say we are now around the, early majority. Now, when I was preparing this slide, I looked at another presentation that I've done late 2023, and I placed us at exactly the same point. I was like, we're almost here. We're just about to get there. And today I'm like, okay, I think we're here, right? And in the last 2 years, I think we advanced a lot, but also we learned a lot about how long it takes sometimes to win those late majority. And I think I just skipped a slide, sorry. Everything that is there. Now, in 2066, what we're doing is we're finally getting a CRM, which is very exciting. And Campfire is moving to a more central services, right? So the purpose of the platform is not changing, it's still the same. Management will be the same, but hopefully changing department will change perception. And also it's going to be much easier than to integrate, to fully integrate with CRM and consciously work toward digital ecosystem, right? Because the person that has been working all of this year on the Franke stack, right? By doing that, she also worked with other people that had different tools. And she built the relationship with the other people. And she learned who is using what and why. And she already knows a lot about the duplicates. And there is something when you say, okay, we're going to do an audit of all the digital tools, and we're going to, rationalize what we're using, for which purpose, and so on and so forth. And then you'll have people going, no, but yeah, wait, I do like this bit of this tool. It's years that I'm using it, and why can't I now? And that relationship is really helpful. That is already there, as well as the technical capabilities, right? So as I mentioned, it's the same manager. We already have a service level agreement in place. We already tell our users, when you mail us, you'll have an answer in maximum 3 working days, which seems a lot, but in WAGGGS time is not. And also, I don't think you need to have an answer at the second always. Sometimes the law is good. And with our internal customer, we'll tell them, okay, we work with sprints. If you tell us at the beginning of the year what you need and when you need it, we'll do it now and we deliver. Or depending, so that's already in place. And then I think in terms of the digital ecosystem, one of the first steps is going to be that audit, right? That rationalize, yeah, and really working on the CRM integration. And one principle that we already had and will keep is the idea of having one things done right, end to end, learn from that, so maybe it's not done right the first time, correct, and then reiterate. And I think it's something that, considering our organizational culture, different departments, many competing priorities, many last minute, very urgent, very important things to do. It's not always easy, It's also why the Franke stack is built. Because at the last minute, you have these very important stakeholders and this is very important thing, and you just do it. That's fairly normal. But then, the end to that flow first might get lost in the way. So just a good principle for us to remember. And I think all of what this is about is that what I really would like to know is that, does your open social platform connect with other tools? Is it, integrated? Is it done by people? Where does it sit in your organization? Is it central? Also, depending on how you perceive your organization, right? I was thinking about the UN. Is it in UNDP? But is it central in the UN? I don't know. Or in the European Commission? Do you have? And how does it shape the deployment of that?
Do you want people to answer?
Yeah, but also if they have questions, both ways, right? But I think.
Okay, perfect. Who would like to answer? Yeah, please.
Yes, so for the program information and collaboration space, this is a tool dedicated to the officials from the member states for them to collaborate in the context of specific groups on specific topics. For the time being, we are using it standalone. in the sense that through open social we are progressively building the necessary capabilities in the system. Collabora, Big Blue Button will be Collabora is there, Big Blue Button will be added soon. Where we are exploring an integration is with our learning management system. We have a learning management system where we would like to push information from the LMS to the PIX platform. It's just a pilot for the time being. So we are exploring this direction because through the webhooks, you can get information out of open social, but there is no mechanism for the time being to put information in open social. That's why I would like to explore. And we have also other ideas to explore AI, but voila, this is still there. It's just ideas discussed internally. We are also looking for integrate with other solutions because one problem we are facing, for example, is that emails are sent by the platform and these emails are sometimes undelivered. And this is difficult, it's a pain point for us because when an email is not delivered, it means that in 60% of the case, the user doesn't exist anymore, or the email address is not valid anymore, which is from a confidentiality and data perspective means that the user is not entitled anymore to access the platform. This is a major challenge for us, for which we will be exploring together with the open social team or other.
Infrastructure. This is not on Amsterdam.
No, but
This is from EC Hosting from Amazon. You can point towards our digit partners with us. We will explore that.
Yeah, but at the end, we need to have an end-to-end solution with minimal intervention. That's the objective, so that when something is found not working properly in a domain, like an undelivered email, that the user get blocked automatically, and that's something that we are doing manually for the time being. These are things we are exploring, so the objective is at least for this community to build as much as possible on the open social platform. I don't know if you want to add.
Thank you. Thank you, Felipe. Any other input? Oh, yes, please.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. It's so enlightening. We are also young women's rights movement, and we're partners with WAGGGS, so it's always good to see similar thinking. Our tool, our open social platform, we actually started with programmatic interventions as well, deploying trainings and events within the women and young women community from really, really marginalized areas in the world, especially in Africa, Asia, and Pacific regions, which was very good. We have incorporated it with Opigno and Big Blue Button and also SendGrid for email system. So there's a lot of that. But where we sit right now is now we are moving it into the wider organization space. So it's a good pilot test that was done to the point that we realized there's bigger use case for it within the wider movement, within our membership, within our general internal management as well, internal team management as well. So from being held into the innovation space, now it's actually going into the operations and strategy space, which is very exciting for us for the next steps. I'm really excited to hear today about the AI bits of it as well, because that helps us strategize a lot. So thanks, and great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you as well. Yes. Any last input? Or Manuela, do you have any last input from your side? Great. Well, thank you. Yeah, please. We return to you.
Just to add that you can use the emailing functionalities available for groups. This is something added recently, we are using that so that you can mail the members of groups and organizations.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Manuela, for the talk. It was definitely insightful. Thank you.